All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes to go. Really keeping my eye on Nvidia, Baba, Tesla right now. Yeah, I don't trust biotechs like that, but CNF, I do see it, and it's kind of spiking with some news here, right? So for me, that's something to watch and see if it actually sets up. I'm not going to chase it up and out of the gates, right? You can squeeze some more, but if it sets up in a decent formation, then I would consider trading it. And volume's really light. It's trading on like 7,000 shares a candle, 20,000, 8,000. Yeah, volume is extremely light there. Tesla getting smoked here this morning. Baba not looking the best. BIDU's kind of getting smoked too. So turn that down a little bit. All right, so the market so far out of the gates kind of just holding up a little bit. Still trying to grind up. Zooms on a nice move to the upside. Nvidia looks like it's coming down a little bit, testing the VWAP right now, bouncing a little off that. Baba getting smoked. Tesla's getting smoked. BIDU still going down. Yeah, Tesla's just getting annihilated right now. Well, I'm just watching this Baba and get smoked. Tesla gets smoked. Really just being patient. It's Monday. I'm not trying to hop in too soon and then just kind of screw my day up. Would rather not do that. Nvidia doesn't look terrible here for potential long. Excuse me. There it goes. So the market's still holding up above the VWAP. It's struggling this 284 level for some reason. As a previous consolidation. Okay. Nice job, Andrew. Shark investor. Tesla still on a down move. Nvidia is starting to make a really weird looking chart that I don't like. The stock IOVA is starting to move here. Had a nice spike up towards that previous high top at 1650, right around there. Struggling so far though. Ooh, the market just rolled down really quick. Actually, I was watching Tesla, keeping an eye on Tesla for a long play here. I know it seems crazy, but well, the market's actually starting to get a little heavy here, so I'm gonna hold off. But I was thinking Tesla could be on for maybe a squeeze here. A lot of sellers coming in on it. Except I don't want to long it while the market's starting to actually roll to the downside. So it's starting to pop. All right, market's on a really down day right now. So you can kind of shift gears, maybe keep an eye on something like TVIX. That's starting to move up. It's a lot of people buying up on Tesla here. Let me get long here on Tesla. So it looks like a lot of buying pressure is coming in on that stock there. So I'm long Tesla here, 200 shares. I'm going to see if it wants to continue squeezing up over this 9 moving average. So still holding Tesla long. I mean, it got bought up pretty good off this low point. So I'd like to see it recover on this green candle off this red one, or else this is where I'll start to get a little concerned and want to take it off. So still in long here, Tesla. It's really got to get up and over these previous 1 minute candles here, just like that. Keep squeezing. At the same time, the market's starting to get bought up a little bit off that low point, so probably helping a little bit here on this Tesla long. Would love to see Tesla over the VWAP here. So squeezing beautifully so far. I want to see if we can continue the squeeze maybe up to the 50 moving average. Might get ready to sell some. All right, just sold 150 shares there on Tesla. Still have 50 shares holding that. So still got, still 50 shares. About 140 bucks on it. If this does come down, I'll probably be up, about 100 bucks. People are buying that candle real fast. Might even look to get back in long on Tesla. With that big buyback candle there in that 1 minute, this would definitely run to a squeeze over this right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get back in long there. Just got back long on Tesla. Just looks like it's gonna continue the squeeze. Looking for a quick pop, and I'll take those 150 shares that I just repurchased off. Market just went through a big squeeze too. Come on, Tesla, you can do it. Give us one big green candle. That'd be nice. All right, market's squeezing pretty hard. I'm hoping this starts taking Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's starting to go with it. Shorts are getting squeezed. Boom. All right, just sold 150 shares on Tesla, still holding 50 shares. So nice move. So I'm just going to keep these 50 shares on. I mean, this thing could just, you see, and that's what I meant. Like, that's when I said, I was like, well, I kind of think I want to do a long trade on Tesla. I just figured we've had such a big down drop on this that everybody and their mom was going to try and short it today. And, we could, I don't know, just kind of had that feeling, but an easy way to kind of squeeze today is we get an overreaction to the downside from the move that's already happened. And it's along the bottom of the overreaction. And here we are squeezing. So now we're going to see some sellers come in because we're back up to basically the start of the day. So that's a pretty predictable down move, right? So now it's like, well, I'll let it come down, do its thing, but I'm a hold the 50 shares. Yeah, market's pulling back right now. And at this point, I mean, if I were someone trying to sell short, I'd be kind of nervous to try and short Tesla right now because you kind of already see what happened today. I mean, the first morning panic goes down, we bounce, try and short again, they get squeezed, and it squeezes all the way past the VWAP, basically back to high a day. So it's like, yeah, we could have a high a day short, but look at how strong the buying pressure was to bring it all the way back up. Granted, the market was squeezing, yes, but I think it's more or less to be long bias right now. Maybe for the day for right now. So just going to hold these 50 shares patiently. Nvidia is starting to go down, starting to look a little weak here. Market's starting to have a big retrace, so that's not going to help the cause for the long play on Tesla, probably. We'll see. Oh, actually, I mean, that's actually a good sign. Well, not just yet. I don't want to speak too soon, but to see the market have a really big red candle, which it just did, to see the market have a really big red candle and Tesla actually start getting bought up, it's actually kind of a decent sign for the long, right? Whenever you're getting a little bit of a divergence between markets and a stock, it's kind of a good sign. So we'll see if that plays out. So really just watching Tesla right now, not in any other position, just keeping a close eye on that for right now. Yeah, CANF actually kind of looks like it could have a squeeze. So just kind of you can keep an eye on CANF. It's in a formation where if it doesn't drop, we could see a short squeeze. Tesla is still struggling to really push higher off that move, at least for now. Yeah, market's struggling today to really grab formation. They've had a nice up move, down move, but really struggling to create any sort of true formation. Guys, actually watching over on BIDU. BIDU actually looks like a pretty decent short setup here. I like it's trying to channel into a good short play. Yeah, so maybe looking to follow BIDU short. Market's starting to squeeze a bit. Excuse me. So still long on Tesla's 50 shares. BIDU candle down kind of got bought up. So now that's kind of market's kind of bouncing, squeezing right now. So it makes sense. So we'll see if this kind of keeps channeling down. Might set up a little bit better here for a short play. CANF ended up kind of squeezing, kind of breaking up over the VWAP a bit, still kind of pushing. Kind of sketched out with that stock. Yeah, Tesla's still kind of hanging out below this 100 moving average, still just kind of chugging along, not being super aggressive right now. BIDU still kind of grinding lower here. Not liking the way Tesla's moving for right now. Gonna see how Tesla respects this kind of VWAP area. Most recent buy point area, which was like right there. Sellers are coming pretty hard there. BIDU still kind of grinding lower, getting bought up though. So if this candle gets sucked up, we'd really like to see Tesla here get sucked back up. If this can turn into a really bullish candle, then I'd like the formation, because then we could be looking at like a small little mini inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. So hopefully it comes up like that, and then we can. But if it doesn't get sucked up, that's the problem. And the market's pressing lower right now, which isn't helping the cause. All right, getting ready to take this off. So just took off Tesla, took the 50 shares off that I did have. So all in all, 485 there in Tesla. So all in all, pretty good trade. I think it was up close to about 600. So I'm giving about $100 back from the high here down. BIDU failing to really break down, kind of curling the other way now. Still on watch for a short. Yeah, so it looks like we got say probably like a squeeze there on BIDU. It's failing this low a day breakdown so far. So we're starting to see some shorts get a little nervous, get squeezed a little bit. Netflix looks like a decent short setup here. See how reaction kind of dipped, fading out. So we'll see if this kind of sets up a little bit here. Market on another little push to the upside. All right, so kind of watching Netflix here. I was initially kind of thinking short, but we're kind of getting bought up. The market's green, so it's like, well, you're probably gonna be short against the overall trend. So just kind of keeping Netflix on watch. I don't know if we're gonna get a really, really good fluent move from it, but we are kind of starting to stair step up with higher lows. So it's creating a decent wedge pattern, is what I'm getting. There's kind of a nice formation, nice wedging going on there. Pretty easy to read for the most part. There's really no questioning it. It's definitely in sort of a wedge. BIDU still just kind of just hanging out, and not a whole lot of volatility there right now. Swinging Tesla, probably not. I still don't think it's ready yet. Nice, DD, good work. Great work, 550 on OTLK. All right, so Netflix kind of breaking down. Now we get short. All right, so just took Tesla short. Just kind of breaking that wedge to the downside. Hasn't been extremely volatile just yet. I hope this isn't really some like fakey little down drop candle that gets sucked back up. That would really suck, which it's kind of starting to do that, but we'll give it a sec. That's exactly what I was talking about. One of those candles that breaks down and starts getting sucked up instantly. It's not what you like to see. Yeah, I might be getting ready to take this off because as soon as it breaks over the previous red 1 minute candle, it's going to cause a pop. Okay, better. Oh yeah, BIDU. Yeah, under that 119, probably a pretty good short there on BIDU. Holding pretty strong there so far, but yeah, keep BIDU on watch for a short below that 119 level. All right, taking off Netflix is just acting stupid, not doing what I need it to do. BIDU still holding strong above that 119 level. Baba still pressing up here, still kind of grinding. Okay, reversing bias here on Netflix to a long. After it failed that short move there, just reverse it to a long, anticipating that since the short fails here, probably more of a bullish stock here. So reversed long, market's still kind of pressing long. Qualcomm actually has sort of a decent curl to the upside, sort of forming. I'll pull up QCOM. Just it's a slower developing pattern, but it's got some higher lows grinding up with the trend line coming down into play right here. Could definitely be looking at a long pop here on QCOM. Market's starting to roll down, and Netflix is still just kind of hanging out in this channel. Yeah, watch QCOM here might start to push. Netflix still struggling on the long here. Yeah, I might be getting ready to take this off. Because the short plays aren't really pushing, but neither is a long. QCOM looking pretty decent, like it's going to squeeze here. Hey, Netflix coming back. So still sitting in Tesla, definitely a slower developing trade. Obviously the outcome hasn't been what I've hoped for, but still just sitting in it, managing it. range. It's kind of range bound right now. So, that last short play got sucked up real fast. So I don't think we're going to get an extremely crazy move from this. So just kind of really looking to get out at about a break even, maybe a little bit of profit. Okay, market's starting to give us a push. Hopefully this gives Netflix that pushed at least up to the 349, this little white line I'm putting on there. So we can get a push up to 349.18. If we can get over 349.18, that should give us a nice little push because that's where short sellers are going to have their stop loss orders in. We'll squeeze them over that 349.20s, 349.18, and that'll give us that additional little push up. So over this level, we could see a quick little pop because that's going to be the short seller stop loss on the day. Don't think it's going to be a big one, but at least a little decent push, you would think. That's because definitely some people shorted this, so they're getting close to getting stopped out. All right, just took 150 shares off on Netflix on that trade. Got 50 shares on. See if this gives us one more little tick up, and then I'll take the rest off. If not, then I'll probably just take the last 50 shares off if it starts to come down and call it on that trade. Market's on a nice move, so we're starting to get some bullish action on stocks right now. Well, buyers just jumped up a little bit on Netflix. I think we're going to go for a move higher here. Okay, so it took my last 50 shares off there on Netflix, so pretty decent trade. John, I know you asked that a little bit ago. That was a couple minutes ago. You asked about Tesla coming back. I mean, in regards to like the overall chart, longer term, I mean, that 180, I mean, that, or was it 180? I think it was 180. No, yeah, 180. 180 seemed like a good level for it to come back. But again, that's a really obvious level. So there's going to be some bouncing in between, most likely. But like ultimately, if it came down to 180, I would probably be like that would, at that price, I would be more of like a swing trade long for me, right? At 180, that's a good buy point on the daily and weekly. So 180 down there in Tesla to me is kind of like, wow, that seems like a decent level to be long swing at. So today, up 581 on the day. After commission, yeah, probably like 550. Probably spent about $30 trading today so far. BYND on the 4 hour. BYND is just it's kind of choppy. I'm not crazy about it. Then again, so was Netflix, but it's OTLK. So you can see on today on OTLK, not that I traded it any other day, but one of the reasons I was really adamant about not trading it is because this dotted line was the gap fill. So you can see it did the gap fill, right? And though it went over a little bit, right? So if your go base, oh well, I thought gap fill was at 310. It went above 310, but you got to think too. I mean, this thing's been a pretty hot stock for the past couple of days. So today on OTLK, there's probably a lot of people watching go, oh, it's going to run again, run again. So a lot of people bought into it, enough people buying in to hype it up again on the early morning spike, even above the gap fill. But just because it goes a bit above the gap fill doesn't mean it's done. Not, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people hyped up on buying this, so they bought it up just above that 310, came right back down and under there. You can see it started to kind of sell off right at 310, right, creating all these like higher wicks just above 310, right, and then eventually just broke down right at about 310. Tesla is starting to turn into a little bit of a long play, like a squeeze. That's what it looks like here. Create a small higher low. Yeah, I could probably scalp Tesla up here long. I really want to, though. I'll let it pass. Yeah, I see Tesla starting to starting to pop a bit. Yeah, I know. Like, well, one of my roommates isn't going to work today. The boss isn't in, so they're kind of taking the day off from work. He's an electrician, does a lot of contract work. So, for the most part, he's usually working. But depending on what kind of jobs they have going on, then our other buddy that owns a mechanic shop, he literally just, he left for work like 20 minutes ago. It's like, well, like in theory, I could be done trading, right? I made $600, and he probably just now getting to work. It's beautiful. You're right, Shark Investor is an amazing thing. I always call you Shark Investor, but it's really Shark Investor. Shark Investor. You're right. So does anybody know here why I said, hey, maybe thinking about Tesla long there, right? You see like the development there, like what is that, like specifically on my chart, what do you think I was looking at there? Why I would say that's probably a little long play there. With a decent size account, right? With a smaller account, right? You might not be able to make all that much money on this move. You'd be able to make something, right? Like for me, I could have went long about 200 shares in just that move there would have been about $200, right? 200 shares, it moved about $1 there, right? That's $200 all day. I could do that probably all day long. $200, $200, $200, right? But so does anybody understand why I was considering that long there?